Welcome to another video, guys, where I'm gonna be teaching you how to cut a blouse with a shoulder and a waist pleat. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So I tried mine with a net to see how the pleat is gonna come out, and this is how mine is looking like. This is the side pleat, this is the shoulder pleat, and let's get started, guys. So my paper is folded into two, so from the top of the paper I will mark 2 inches. I'll extend it and use my ruler to make it a straight line. Then after that, from that 2 inches line I measured, I'll go down for the blouse length, which is 20 inches. My waistline for this front is 16 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it, and my bust point, which is 10 inches. So I use my ruler to make all those points a straight line. Then I'll label the lines: my shoulder line, my bust point, my waistline, and the blouse length. Then on my shoulder line, I impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2, that's 7 inches. Then from that point, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then from that 1 inch point, I'll go down by 7 inches for my armhole length. Then I'll use my ruler to extend this point. Then I'll label it the armhole. I'll impute the neck width for this front piece, which is 3 inches, and I'll use my ruler to slant my shoulder to meet the 3 inches width. So from the shoulder line, I'll go up by 1 inch. Then I'll use my ruler to extend the neck width upward and the neck depth in a straight line. So for the dart, I'll impute my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, that's 3.5, and I'll mark it on the bust line, on the waistline, and also on the blouse length. Then I'll join this point in a straight line using my ruler. Then at the blouse length, I'll take 1/2 inch at both sides. I'll also take 1/2 inch at both sides on the waistline. Then I'll join the point in a straight line from the blouse length to the waistline. Then I'll slant from the waistline to meet the bust point, just like this. On the armhole line, I'll impute my round bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. On the waistline, my round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. While on the blouse length, my round hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Now use my ruler to join those points. So the actual waistline is 15 inches, but because of the 1 inch bust that we are adding, we make use of 16 inches for the front piece waistline. So I'll go down by 1 inch from my bust line, and I'll use my ruler to slant it to meet my bust point. At the neck depth, we'll go down by 1/4 inch, then we'll curve it from the neck width to the center front of this blouse, just the way I'm curving it, guys, and cut it out. So while cutting, I remember that I forgot to make my armhole curve. I'll just go ahead and use my free hand to make my armhole curve. So before I forget, at the neck width, you go in by 1/2 inch, then you curve to meet the shoulder. From the top of the paper, you go down by 2 inch. I'll mark it in point, and I'll use my ruler to make it a straight line. This kind of styles requires a stretchy material, so there will be no need for zip allowance. So from that 2 inches line, I'll go down by 15 inches for the waistline of this back piece and 20 inches for the blouse length. So I'll use my ruler to make this point a straight line. Then I'll label the lines: my shoulder line, the waistline, and the blouse length. On the shoulder line, I'll impute my shoulder measurement divided by 2, that's 7 inches. I'll mark it. Then at that point, I'll go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then from that 1 inch point, I'll go down by 7 inches for my armhole length. Then I'll use my ruler to extend the shoulder to meet the armhole. The neck width for this back piece is 3 inches. I'll mark it, then I'll use my ruler to slant from my shoulder to meet the 3 inches neck width, and also extend it upward. So from the shoulder line, I'll go up by 1 inch, then I'll mark it and use my ruler to make it a straight line. At the neck width, I'll go in by 1/2 inch, and I'll curve to meet the shoulder. Then on the armhole line, I'll impute my round bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Then on the waistline, my round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. On the blouse length, my round hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Then I use my ruler to join these points together. After that, I'll use my free hand to make my armhole curve. Then at the neck depth, I'll go down by half an inch, then I'll curve to meet the neck width and cut it out. I'll open up the bust dart to meet the bust point. I'll do the same for the other side. I'll also go ahead and open up the waist dart. And I'll use my tape to hold it to keep it in place. I'll close up the other side too with my tape. We will divide what we have at the shoulder into 3 equal parts. So I'll be measuring like 1 each, 1 inch each, 1.1 inch, the second point 2 inch, and the third point 3 inches. So this is the 3 points we have for the shoulder pleats. So I'll curve the first one to meet the armhole, the second one to meet the bust point, and the third one to also meet the bust point. This is the first one to the armhole, second one to the bust point, and the third one also to meet the bust point. So for the waist pleat, I'll come down by 2 inches from the bust point. The first point is 2 inches, the second point 4 inches, and the third point 6 inches. So all this point, I'll be curving it to meet the bust point of the other side. So just watch the way I'm doing it. The first point to the bust point, the second point also to the bust point, and the third point also to the bust point. After cutting, I'll use my tape to close up the bust dart, and I will close up the other side too. Place my front piece on the new paper and I'll begin to spread. So I didn't really measure I was just spreading and using my pin to keep it in place. So you can make use of 3 inches, 2 inches for your spread. It depends on how wide and how plenty you want your pleat to be. So I didn't measure I was just spreading and using my pin to keep it in place. You can also use your tape to keep yours in place. So after I was done spreading, I started using my ruler to align all the lines, but it's not really needed. You can just use the scissors to cut it out just like that. So I started using my free hand to trace out the lines. It's not necessarily needed. So after that, I started cutting it out. After cutting, I started removing all the pins that I've used to keep it in place. This is our new front piece. I'll just be illustrating how the pleat to be done. I'll bring the back piece and place the front piece shoulder to shoulder. Then you pleat it directly. I pleat it exactly the way the shoulder is, just like this. Like it should fit into the shoulder of the back piece when you are pleating. And for the waist pleat, you bring the back piece of the waist and place it directly to the front piece of the waist, and also pleat to meet the exact waist measurement, like to meet the exact bodies that we have drafted out before. You can also gather this pleat if you want. You can pleat it if you want. You can gather it if you want. It depends on what you want. And this is all for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Comment if this video was helpful, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.